And joining us now to talk to us live is University of the East Dean Amado Valdez. He is a nominee for the Chief Justice position. Good evening, Dean Valdez. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening to our listeners and viewers.
Yes, and of course, I wonder if I need to explain that if you look familiar, that is because you served as our legal analyst.
Been your sidekick during the entire impeachment proceedings.
Okay, well, very basic question, Dean Valdez. Would you accept the nomination?
Well, until now, I have not submitted an acceptance because although I received a letter from the Judicial and Bar Council last Friday that I have to give my acceptance to the nomination. But since it was extended up to July 2, then we have the luxury of time to really think in terms of a career in the judiciary. But as of now, I do not see myself, I do not picture myself.
Really? Why not? You would have to be...
I thought that it's about time that we enjoy the fruits of our labors in the past. I prefer to do some contemplation and reflection and perhaps add to continuing public discussion of many issues because as you know, I'm always invited to give some
kami ng legal analyst, no?
And I like the position of being critical without being criticized, perhaps. But the Chief Justice position is a very challenging position. Perhaps it will be destiny that will dictate who will be the next Chief Justice. We want the Chief Justice who will be leader. Leader not just of the court, but leader as conscience of the people, to articulate the conscience and the aspirations of the people in terms of the quest for truth and for justice and fairness.
So that sounds like you are inclined to decline the nomination.
Yes, at this point, there's a lot of debate within the family, with some colleagues. But there are colleagues who have seen me at close distance, and they thought that perhaps I could contribute some fresh ideas, not just in coming up, crafting decisions, but perhaps in management and administration.
Okay. Should the next Chief Justice be someone from inside the Supreme Court?
Well, I thought that perhaps it should come from the outside because we need the healing process. And if it's coming from the inside, there has been a lot of divisions within because of the traumatic impeachment proceedings. And some of the other justices who are there have been labeled as the Arroyo Court, and they suffer the same baggage as that of the Chief Justice. So we want to have a Supreme Court that will decide where people will not question anymore, especially the decisions that are related to the former president.
So what would you think of the suggestion by former Senator Rene Saguisag that an interim Chief Justice be appointed, someone who's a little bit near the retirement age?
In fact, that is a good suggestion because a transitional Chief Justice, so that you know, if you expect another Chief Justice who will be staying there for the next 10 years, there may be people who will be plotting for the ouster of that Chief Justice because they want to abbreviate the stint of that justice.
But wouldn't that mean, Dean, that you'd have to choose someone from inside the court?
Definitely, it will be coming from the outside. There must be some fresh, because the earlier statement that I made is that perhaps the sitting justices may have the baggage of the labeling, and the wounds will still persist within the judiciary if another coming from.
But we'd have to check then if there's anyone among the other nominees from outside the Supreme Court who are 68 years old or above.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, my last question, Dean. Can you name your top 3 choices?
Well, you know, ironically, without the reasons that I gave, perhaps under ordinary circumstances, the senior justice has to be has
Sino
to
po yun?
be si Justice Carpio. Without the reasons that I gave, but apparently with the reasons that I gave contradicts my choice.
Yes.
And two others perhaps from Gibo Chuduro, I think has
But he
already declined. So somebody from the academ,
like?
Raul Pangalangan is a good choice because he has been one of the outstanding academicians also in the country.
So name one more na lang dahil wala si Gibo Teodoro sa listahan.
Nawala na. I have not seen the entire list. But even before that, I have been thinking of these people, Pangalangan, Gibo Chudoro, and Senior Justice Carpio.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Dean Amado Valdez. I guess that means we'll still be seeing you here.
Yes, I hope. Thank you very much.
You hope,
also,
okay.
indeed.
Thank you very much, Dean.